Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So we are on the deck today and I came out here and I started to work on the containers and kind of do a little bit of stuff, and I was like, I should bring you guys out for this because I'm kind of changing some things in my mind. I currently have 7 green stalk containers. I have 5 of the original and 2 of the leaf containers, and I planted in all of them, and now I'm kind of realizing through like testing the different plants in them, like it does not grow as well in the green stalk. Multiple factors, like maybe it takes up too much space or it's just better off growing in ground. So I kind of want to go through each of the containers with you guys. I'm thinking I also want to just make the container garden just like a separate video, separate tour, separate overview, just so that I'm not rushing through it, especially having so many green stalk containers. It could be a lot, so I'm going to make this like a whole separate thing. So let's go through each individual green stalks, and then I'll talk about like what I like or dislike about it. Okay, so let's look at this one firstly. This is the callaloo green stalk. You remember I planted like the green callaloo, pink callaloo, purple callaloo, all the callaloos in this. And then I added some snapdragons, some celery at the bottom. That's my favorite thing now to pop in at the bottom of my green stalk is celery, and I'll be doing that forever from this day forward. I also have some marigold at the side there. I had some bok choy, and this is still in here because I need some seeds. I don't want to purchase any more seeds, so I'm trying to be cognizant of what I need and to make sure I'm like saving a plant so that I could save seeds from it. So that's why that's there. I'm really enjoying the snapdragons on the containers. These are the smaller one that's supposed to only get about 8 to 10 inches at most. Here is the pink variety of callaloo, guys. It's looking so good. This is just a regular green callaloo. I'm going to go ahead and do a harvest of these like today. I did end up popping some smaller variety of tomatoes in this. I believe this is I think there's another one with the name, either Orange Hat. Where'd I put the other one? Yes, this is the Orange Hat tomatoes. I have 2 more there, and I had 2 more right there. I think I'm gonna find a space to put them in, but I'm really enjoying this container. Now, as far as this one, it's really very sparse because I was trying the seascape strawberries in here and I didn't have much luck with germination, but they are putting out runners. So I'm going to use the runners to try to fill in the other open pockets of this container. But I do have some basils in here. So I have the lemon basil, and then I have the Persian basil, and I have a couple more basils started over here that I'm going to add into the container here. So I think for this I'm going to keep as the callaloo snapdragon, like callaloo flowers, celery, and maybe continue with the small tomato. This one I'm going to keep as the seascape strawberry. Of course, my flowers, look at these. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. Then we have the yellow ones here. I had really good luck with planting pansies and violas this year, and I think they have become one of my favorite flowers. So definitely adding the violas, pansies, the celery, basil, and then the seascape strawberry. I'm going to keep that going. So this is going to be this green stalk. We have some heat damage here from the really hot days that we just experienced, but again, I really like the celery at the bottom. They stay nice and upright, kind of out of the way. They don't sprawl out like what I'm going to show you with the other green stalk. Now here is my issue. So this is the edamame green stalk. What you can see is that because the top part has access to the more direct sunlight, they are more upright, which is nice. So that's something to note, is like the first 2 rows of the green stalk is good. You know, you could see the bottom row is kind of stretching a little bit more, but still staying upright. The other rows, so from 3 down, they are just sprawling out, and I do not like that. I don't like that it's taken up so much space around it. I just want it to stay kind of tidy. I know they sell like almost like a plant support, but that also spreads out too much. I'm thinking maybe if I wanted to continue doing this, I would have to like tie a string around it once it's kind of growing and keeping it within that string, but I don't want to do that, and I know I'm not going to keep up with doing that. So maybe for next year, I'll just continue doing the 2 rows of the edamame, and the rest I will figure out something else to do. So I put a lot of brassicas in this container, and my brassicas just it's not worth it. It's just like a waste of space, honestly. So I am scrapping this completely. I prefer to just grow it in ground. They're doing well in ground. We do have a nice flower here, which I'll probably transfer. Now, this is usually my herb green stalk, and I just had a lot of things just kind of go to seed, which is fine. I'll collect the seed and stuff. But I think I want to just keep it where I don't think I need a separate kind of herb green stalk. I think my leafy greens and my herbs can go together, especially because I'm adding basils to this, and I'll probably add basil to that. I think I could eliminate 2 of my green stalk. So I'm thinking that I may just end up keeping 5 green stalks in total and get rid of 2. But let me give you a closer look on the herb one. We have some nice, I think this is marjoram growing, the scallions, the thyme, some parsley, which is doing well. Yeah, so I think I'll probably just add some leafy greens in this, and this will be my greens and herbs green stalk. And then this one back here, let me move this out the way. This one back here has green beans, and they are coming in nicely. They're coming in nicely. I need to come in and start harvesting, but they're not spreading out as much as the edamame. So I think I'm going to continue growing the green beans in the green stalk, but I'll probably change it from having the from using the leaf to then using one of the original ones instead. Should probably get something to put these in. Let's use this, but I'm just clearing these out because at this point I could go ahead and put some green beans into these green stalk. So for me this year, the plan of action that I just want to continue doing and making that a, you know, like a staple part of my gardening is to just make sure I always have something going, always have something ready to put into place when something is ready to be harvested, starting seeds even after the initial seed starting and putting things out. So I just always want to be succession planting, just to make the most use of my space. So this was a experiment for me, trying to put these like larger size brassicas in the green stalk, because like I said, I've never had a really good year of brassica putting out broccolis in the garden, because they're usually decimated by either rabbits or the groundhog. So I was just trying to see if it's a possibility to get like large size broccolis, large size cabbage in the green stalk. I'm sure other people could make it work, but I have not been able to, and I only want to try once. So, and then seeing that I had such a good harvest this year because I changed the variety of broccoli that I was growing, just makes me feel a lot better about continuing to grow my brassicas in ground. So that's what I'm going to be sticking to from here on, and I'm gonna continue getting this green stalk cleared out and pop some green bean seeds inside. So the kohlrabi is at the top and it seems to be doing well up top. So I'm going to leave it. I took off some of the brown leaves. Normally if I am taking out crops to put in something new, if they're in ground, I would leave the roots in ground so that the microbes and all the organisms in the soil can feed on those dead roots, but there's nothing in these green stalks or in containers to really feed on that. So it's best to kind of take out those roots because it's going to take forever to decompose, and then whatever you put in newly is going to be fighting with those roots. I take out the roots and everything. Now I'm going to put like a little bit of granular fertilizer, like maybe a handful, because this container had the this container had the cooler weather crops like the bok choys and stuff. So the soil was being used by that, and then it was then used by these brassicas. So it's time for it to be replenished. So I'm going to replenish it with some chicken manure, and then I'm going to seed the green beans just directly into these pots. Or these pockets. I did the same thing for the green stalk over here that has the green beans currently growing, and it works well. If I don't have to go and use smaller seed starting containers, I definitely always choose that method over doing that, because that can be tedious as well. So I just clean it out, and I'm going to replenish it, put the peas in it, and just kind of put it aside. Let's go ahead and do the cleaning out for the herb container. I also had borage in these green stalks. Not a good idea. They get like 4 to 5 feet tall and like branch out like crazy. Don't put borage in your green stalks. It is too big for it. Okay, so we have some holy basil right here, and I'm just going to pop her in this tray here. That looks good. This is the purple sweet. I'm gonna put a little bit of this kind of in different places because I want it to be a nice pop of purple. Okay, this is the Thai sweet basil. Let's put a half of it. This is my favorite way to start basil, is to just put a bunch of seeds in a container. And then I separate it and plant it everywhere I want it to be planted. See, cute little bunch. Thai sweet up here. So I went and did some cleaning up. I arranged the table this way instead of that way. I just feel like it allows better movement and better flow. And then I still have this end here, which is not a lot of space, but I do want to put just like maybe a L kind of sectional. I don't know. I don't want it to be too crowded, but I do want some like seating back here a bit. So that's happening. This is the door for the chicken coop situation. But you can see here I have this green leaf, green stalk, and I don't think it's in the way. So I think the stone one here, I'm going to end up putting it here because having these two here kind of block the flow of traffic. And I like these four here because it creates a privacy from the back neighbor. We have the privacy on the side with these with this lattice situation, and we already have privacy on this end with the elderberry. So these aren't necessary here, and it's a little bit too squished in this area. I would push them down to here, but I also don't like it here as well. I want this area kind of to be opened. As far as the two green stalks, I'm going to just let the beans grow out for now on both of them, the greens as well. And after that, I think I'm just going to dump the soil in the new bed that we still haven't created. Well, the last bed of the garden over that side, we still haven't created it as yet. So whenever these are done, I'm just going to dump all the soil out into that and just kind of see if it really even, I don't think it really works on the deck. See if there's any other space that I would like to put it at. If I can't find any other space for these green leaf green stalk, I'm just going to go ahead and give it to my mom. She already has about 2 of them in Jamaica and she likes them a lot. I don't think they work as well as she would want them to, but I think it's because she needs some sand in it for drainage. If she doesn't use it, I'm just going to kind of sell it or give it to my other mom to use if she's interested. But that is going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for joining me on my little cleanup, my little tour of what's happening with the green stalks. I'm really excited. I love this product so much. So if you are interested, I would highly recommend grabbing one of these, especially if you have like a deck or somewhere small that you want to grow something. Or like for me, it's not that I don't have the space, it's that some things just are like not as attacked when they're in ground versus in the green stalk. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys again for joining me. Continue to Irie up yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.